I think in a couple of minutes, Ismail, we're going to start. We are waiting for some new people to join.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I look forward to talk with you. So have you ever been in Moscow before?
Oh, unfortunately, didn't have that. You know, during my presidential year as well, I wish to be there. We scheduled, we planned, but didn't have chance to join, unfortunately.
Yes, welcome. We look forward to welcome you here.
I hope so. I hope so. With pleasure. Really, will be very happy to have chance to visit.
Yes.
How is going so far with the JCI site or with the JCI Moscow? Is fine.
Yeah, everything is fine. We are getting better. We develop new options like educational and online as well. So everything is getting better, and Gleb is doing great job here.
Very good, very good. Congratulations for that.
Thank you, thank you.
Gleb is currently running as a national president, correct? Or as a local president of Moscow?
Right. Right.
Yes, yes, okay, I got it.
Yes, and yes. I'm a vice president on educational stuff.
Yeah, the training site, and very good. Very good. Congratulations for all the work you do.
Thank you, Ismail. So you've been president of GCI in Turkey back in 2015, right?
I was president in JCI Turkey in 2010.
Oh,
and I was JCI global president in 2015.
Oh.
So JCI world president in 2015.
I see. Oh, beautiful. Okay. Very nice. Yeah.
Nice, Ismail. My name is Gleb. I'm president of Moscow Chamber.
Hello, Gleb. Hello. Nice to see you.
Thank you very much that you find time to talk to us.
So, Ismail, it's very nice to see you, and thank you for your time again. You're a great entrepreneur. You're an amazing leader.
Pavel, thank you very much for your kind invitation. I would like to greet yourself and friends who joined today with us. I thank you for this opportunity to JCI Russia and JCI Moscow as well for your kind invitation. My name is Ismail Haznedar. I join you today from Istanbul, from Turkey. We are in lockdown period, and I address you from my home. But this is also a good opportunity to meet and talk. I work as an entrepreneur as well as a business consultant. Main focus is the strategy side of the companies, how they may set up their companies, what is the business model of their structure, and how they may grow in following days. With that purpose, we have a network of investors named Gain Global. Gain Global is a network where people may come together to work to build their businesses. I'm founder and CEO of that institute, that organization. Served as a JCI World President in 2015. It was a good opportunity for me to build my leadership skills as well as to be a part of a really great worldwide organization. To travel around to meet really great people, and this is a good opportunity as well as to come together that bridge us.
Yes, it's a great honor to have you here with us today, Ismail, and we're going to talk about the economic situation and about this situation in the world later. But first of all, I would love to ask you, how did you become so successful? How do you find time to have businesses, to develop like a social activist? What's the difference between successful people and others?
Thank you for a very good question. My background is business administration. I'm a graduate of business administration, and later on with a master's degree in marketing. So the education side gave me a good background for understanding the business ecosystem, how a corporation moves and how it works. And prior to going to my bachelor's degree, I made my expectation very clear about what I expect from my university study, and later on what I'm going to do. So it was, let's say, a planned process and graduated from Middle East Technical University in Ankara, from a place that I wanted to graduate. Due to a couple of opportunities, good education, but more than that, good business network as well. Because when you educate, it's very crucial to be in a good network and to work with people who are successful. Because we learn some theoretical side from universities, but it's very crucial to learn the practice and to have the opportunity to learn by doing. This is a good place where in JCI as well we experienced. In Junior Chamber International, we learn by doing. And also it's a good opportunity to learn from your network, from mentors, experienced people. And when you are in a right good network, when you graduate from the right university, then you have a good number of alumni, you know, the past former graduates with whom you can work, network. And this all helped me to understand properly and more and easily, faster, actually, the business world. And having pure focus on what you want to do helped me to move forward. I want to be a strategist, because when you graduate from business administration, you have a lot of options. You can be on finance side, you can be on marketing side, you can be on production, HR, and there are a lot of opportunities. I wanted to do something bigger, and the big picture is more about business modeling, about strategy. My first job that I entered was Koç Holding. Koç is the biggest enterprise holding group in Turkey. Today, with more than 200 companies, 70 billion turnover US dollars, with more, like 100,000 workers in a group. I was in home appliances and electronics department with the brand Beko Electronics. Beko and Arçelik, they are now in the same group and same brand. So to be in a group that has a global perspective, and also to have a big vision, to know the big picture, helped me a lot to build my this skill set, to understand business better, to make market assessment, understand the competition, prepare long-term plans for organizations. And this helped me through this journey. It was also very helpful for me for my JCI career as well, joining in 2005. 10 years later, I was JCI president. So 10 years is a long-term planning. You cannot, you know, accomplish that one in a day. Step by step, served as a local president and national president, and have been elected to international board. All this approach that I learned throughout my journey helped me also with JCI career and development. Now, same applies to my network, the investment company side, because now we are investing and supporting new enterprises with Gain Global. We try to pass all this experience, knowledge, international network, as well as the financial support to new starters, enterprises, to make their starting journey easier, to help them to be relevant with their journey, as well as to be relevant with the needs, expectations of the clients, expectations of the global needs. We talk about global goals and others. Maybe we can elaborate more during our discussion.
Thank you, Ismail. And dear friends, also you can ask your questions, write it here, or you can have a mic to ask some questions to Ismail. Дорогие друзья, можете задавать свои вопросы, поднимать руку или писать здесь в чате. Ismail, and how's the situation with the COVID-19 in Turkey right now?
This is a period that every single country and every single city is affected. Truly, we face challenging times. We say this is a true way how we live now the VUCA world. VUCA stands for volatile, uncertainty, complex, ambiguity. So really, there were a lot of uncertainties. It's a volatile period. You don't know how it will move forward. It's a complex case because it's not has effect on the health side, but also has effects on economic side, social side, development side. A lot of things are in same formula now, and ambiguity is a part of it as well. Same applies for Turkey. Turkey is one of highest affected country in terms of the cases. Unfortunately, we have more than 100,000, exactly like 160,000 cases in Turkey. We are I may say, comparably lucky to have this pandemic case later in Turkey, because it's affected first like Italy and some European countries. To have some more information and understanding, give opportunity to Turkey to take immediate action. So starting from March 11, Turkey is kind of a lockdown period. So from that time and prior to that, stopping international flights and everything, even though we have a high number of cases, the good management through that process helped to have less death number. So far, we have 120,000 recovered people, and like 4,500 or 4,300, pardon me, people died, unfortunately, due to these cases. It's very pity, but still comparably with other countries and seeing the numbers, we glad that we are low in that terms. Hearing the explanations, we see that there is something different done in Turkey. Even though, you know, healthcare system is crucial, and you have to have a good healthcare system to have a good number of capacity for intensive care units, you know, the ventilation systems and all these things. With the city hospital concept, that was an investment plan started 2-3 years ago in Turkey to make huge hospitals, you know, for each city. Helped during this process to have a good number of capacity. As I know from the numbers, even though there were like 160,000 cases, just 60-65% of intensive care units capacity was occupied. So this is important because you have the opportunity to care case. You don't need to choose, unfortunately, sometimes, because the setup of the capacity of hospital is not for pandemic. So if you have to choose between the people who need to be cared between the cases, then this is a challenge. We are glad that we didn't have that case in Turkey. And there is an explanation about affiliation system that was managed in Turkey. This means if you have the case, then you go back for a couple of days to see with whom you had the contact, and then you start to manage every single cases with whom you had the contact. And this helps more with a partial, you know, quarantine mechanism to manage the case more diligently. So starting from that approach, they say even though the case was high, the death number turned to be lower. Starting from last week in May, we start to go out. So we are partially, gradually now moving. Let's name back to new normal, step by step, starting businesses. Hopefully after this week, next in July, beginning in June, pardon me, beginning in June, we will start to travel between cities and to have maybe a national traveling opportunity. One thing that was done in Turkey was if you are under 20 or if you are over 65, you were in full lockdown. This means you didn't have a chance to go out, never during these last 10 weeks, starting from March 11. Due to the reason that they can be highly affected. So for them to keep them at home. So this required education to be digitalized. So digital education applied during the period. My kids are 12 and 10, so they were home for education as well. For us, it was partially. So if you have a business, you were able to go out partially. Most of the shops were closed, like main bakery markets, and then the pharmacy and this kind of healthcare businesses were mainly running, or with a special permission during the period. There are a lot of things to learn, I believe, from each other, because every country has its own cycle, and every country has its own different way and approach. So we see different approach to this case worldwide. I'm sure we will learn from each other. Now also we will need to learn for how to come back to new normal, how we will keep our businesses moving forward, how we will keep everyone healthy, how we will keep international collaboration moving forward, because we used to travel a lot. We used to be traveling for tourism purpose, for education, for international business purpose. Now the rules are changing, and I'm sure with collaboration there will be some new ways of doing business, hopefully. So far, I may name that it was managed diligently, and with all the learnings, we are healthy and safe, and hopefully everyone may be finishing this cycle as fast as possible to come back to new reality, new life.
Ismail, and you're right. It's difficult time for some entrepreneurs and regular people. Does the government support? Does the government have some support plan for entrepreneurs and people?
Yes. Yes, Pavel, this is a very challenging period for companies, for entrepreneurs. You are right. The main challenge is sure the cash flow management. So because if you don't have enough cash income, and if you have the cash outcome or output always there, outflow, like you have to pay to your people who work for you, you have to pay your rent and etc. Then this is very challenging period to manage. So therefore, the first thing as an action taken by government was to postpone obligatory tax and insurance payments for people. So if you have a company and you have to pay like VAT or tax during that period, so you were released, postponed for a time, for a while. This give you the opportunity to have a let's say less cash outflows. Second thing, there was a support for workers. So government give two options. Ask not to lay out anyone, you know, you cannot leave anyone to go out from the business, but they give two options. One, either you will give a paid holiday that will be paid by government for 3 months. So this is one option. So this means you may give someone a holiday for 3 months till end of June, 30th of June, and government will pay a minimum wage. So that is equal currently like $100, I think, something like that. So we will need to decide. Second option for that is you may keep them working, but partially. So this means 1/3 may work, or they may spend half of their time, or they may spend 2/3 of their time. In this case, the company pays for that portion that the worker keeps in the business, and the rest is paid by government. So this was a subsidy for workers, because it's very crucial to keep the people working and to keep their wages and salaries running. But this is a big burden to companies, so the big cost is for headcount, and this was a support given to companies. And the third one is more about credit lines, let's say. So companies had the opportunity to expand their credit lines, to have new credits with a 6-month grace period. So you don't have to pay for following 6 months. And later on, it's a long term for 30 months. So in total of 3 years period with a very low interest expense. This helped with the cash flow management during the period. So it was more the cash flow management. The grants were for individuals, not for companies. For example, if you are a retired, you know, there was 1 month payment as a grant. So they give 1 month additional wage for retired people if you are over 60. Or there were some grants for if you are socially in a low income group. In Turkey, there are, as I remember from numbers, like 3 or 4 million people are living in a certain line below the certain line. For them, this period is comparably harder, as you know. So for them, there was a grant. It's a once paid by government, give as a grant. You don't have to pay back. These were more for individuals. It helps at least to balance this period. This was planned till end of June, Pavel. So it was like three months plan. So now at the end of the June, most probably will be maybe new package, let's say economic or social package to become for following 3 months, possibly, because still the social, physical, and I'm sure economical effect will be there. But we'll be hearing for that one in incoming months, possibly.
Thank you, Ismail. I just saw that Oleg asked the same question I just addressed to you about the government support. Oleg, thank you very much. And Anna asked you, is there any chance, will there be a second wave of pandemics?
Pardon me, Pavel, can I ask once more, you repeat the question?
Anna asked you a question. Will there be a second wave of pandemics? Do you think, is there any chance?
Now, you know, technically we didn't know if this was going to happen, you know, a few months ago. So it was maybe, let's say, for majority of people, a surprise, because we were preparing 2020 plans for companies, and we didn't have this case as a scenario there. we made nice, let's say, 2020 plans, and it came immediately. The reason was that we didn't have any experience or any know-how about pandemic. We see now that it happens in the world, you know, during the periods. It happened like during World War I, and during that time that affected globally everyone. It's like happens once in a century, let's say. Therefore, we didn't have that experience globally. But now we have this experience, and we see that this case spreads if you are not controlling a couple of things. One is this social distance. So if you don't control the social distance, it can easily expand and go to someone else. And the other one is to use the mask, because it goes through mouth. And so if people stick on this easy, technically, rules, keep the social distance and have the face mask, the scientists or the people who give advices on this site says that we may keep it low, so keep it moving smoothly. But if we don't follow these rules, and if we come back to the old reality, this means we were hugging, kissing each other, spending time, having nice time. So if we have a COVID-19, if there is someone who is positive, may easily spread that one to hundreds of people, because they started with one case and spread to different cities, and now we have like more than 5 million worldwide. So it's an issue of how the people will continue in the following days. We see that it's an issue of education, also culture, and also how relaxed we feel each other. We are Mediterraneans, for example. So for us, this is very hard technically. You know, we want to hug each other, be close to each other, and see relatives, you know, see our friends. During this period, like 10 weeks, I didn't have chance to hug my father, my mother, my family, you know, relatives. We had a special time and period during this time we didn't have chance to spend together. So it looks like still there will be cases maybe spreading out till a point that we don't have a sure vaccination or something that stops this case. So there are two opinions. Some say that there will be, the case will move, we will have cases, but it will be more controllable. So it will not be zero, but we can cure, we can manage easily, because prior to that, it boosted very fast. And the governments and let's say the cities were not able to manage immediately, had to learn. Now we have the experience, we can manage a certain number. And the other pessimistic view will be that there will be another boom, another cycle. So if it happens, now the learning is that maybe then we will have a repeat once more the lockdown case as we face now. Maybe then we will have a 4 weeks lockdown in September, or maybe again in December, I don't know. It depends on the countries also, you know. But the reality, Pavel, is that as far as this will move from country to country, still the restrictions will be there, the control will be there, but it will be a part of our life. Sure, full 2020, but maybe more, maybe in 2021, we still will be discussing, but with a better approach to the concept.
And I think our world will be different after this situation in 2020. What do you think? How's our world would look like in the future?
So it's also a discussion still ongoing, because we don't know how it will shape. But sure, we start to feel some change. One is the digitalization, definitely. Digitalization means now we are communicating more often and more frequently through digital tools. This also brings some efficiency maybe. Prior to that, we are in consultancy business, so we were making educations and other things physically. It required more time, it required more resources. Now maybe not 100% efficiency still, but we can deliver same training, same meetings through Zoom or this kind of platforms. And I would like to remind that these platforms were there for a couple of years, so they are not pretty new technically. So we were using Zoom for a couple of years, but now people learn to use it more oftenly. Even my mother had meetings with relatives through Zoom, and this was not something that they were doing prior, you know. So digitalization, using more technology tools is a change that we see. Also, to be more concerned about health issues is definitely there. So it's sure important, the health of a human being. Now we will be more caring these things. We will be trying to understand what are the resources, how we use them. Is it controlled? Is there accreditation? So it will affect all the businesses, starting from cafe business, small businesses like restaurants, barber shops, and etc. As you see, I didn't went to call for a barber. Yeah. Same. So we wait for it. but also will affect traveling. So will affect how we are in the office business, and all others. I believe we will have more opportunity to share during this period. It will help more with learning during the period, learning from each other's experience. While we share, we can adapt quickly to the change, hopefully.
Yeah. Are there any businesses in Turkey that still growing? You mentioned like Zoom, some distance learning options. What kind of businesses are still growing?
So first of all, definitely the healthcare businesses, definitely. Especially the medical side, let's say, medical tools, equipments, starting from the mask and other equipments, because it's a need there. A lot of people had to shift their lines for mask production. Some of them also shifted to ventilation or this kind of healthcare businesses. So this is thing that we see, we observe. Secondly, any business that helps with hygiene standards. So we want to have everything more hygienic, more clean and properly. So therefore, it's crucial, I believe, these two businesses. The third business that moves very fast, that grows very fast, is the delivery business. So we are talking about delivering products to customers now, to the clients. So this means, meanwhile, pardon me, I have a noise here. Just let me stop it for a while. Sorry, we are at home sharing room. My kids are very keen on seeing what's going on. So the third part that I see that also has an effect here is the delivery business. Before we were used to buy from shops, or we were going to a certain market or certain places to have especially in retail business. Now we see that it requires to be delivered to our houses. I may definitely say that the delivery sector collapsed in this month with huge amount of the growth, the things to be delivered to the homes. We have some home delivery startups that the valuation growth very fast during this period in Turkey. So definitely this is crucial. You mentioned the education, the digital education training. This is not just for formal education, not just for business. I may say, for example, I have a friend and also an entrepreneur who is in sports coaching. So they have an application about sport coaches who come together, and they have clients who participate and ask for services for them. Prior to that, they were more doing face-to-face talks, but now, or making, walk through Bosphorus, for example, with a coach, so together, or they run together. But now they do through these tools, through digital tools, with a weekly follow-ups, and the client number increased a lot because we stay at home, we don't have much physical movement. And to have a sports coach to support you is a very good thing. And now the cost goes lower because prior to that you spent maybe more time. You had to go, you had to spend time in traffic and etc. Maybe you spent half a day for one session. Now you can do that session for 1 hour with multiple participants, also 2, 3, 4 people, and also from different sites. I have one more startup who is in training education. So his limit, her limit, pardon me, was the city. So was delivering the trainings just in the city. Now she's able to deliver these trainings all around the Turkey, no limit of clients. So this education thing also grew fast comparably, I may say, during this period. But if we talk about startups, which startups are receiving more investment and fund during this period, it's interesting that the investment to early stage startups is still increasing, and it's high. Sometimes people may say, you know, the investment is going down or is low. I don't see that one in the figures. I see that it's increasing due to two reasons, I believe. One is new opportunities. So there are opportunities. For example, assume that you have chance to be partner of Zoom now. It will be really good investment. So you don't want to miss that opportunity. It's interesting. I saw the figures. In February, there were 10 million daily users, and now there are 300 million daily users, you know, just in 2 months. So 30 times bigger. There are really good number of this kind of startups that brings opportunity and you don't want to miss. Second one, for some businessmen, not just investor, I would say businessmen and entrepreneurs, they are looking for new opportunities now because their businesses has to shift, has to change, or their business definitely will not be comparably easier as it was in the past. So they need to find a new alternative, and they are ready to invest for these new alternatives in order to survive and also sustain their business life. So therefore, the investment opportunities are moving there. I see that SaaS, like cloud-based businesses, are moving fast still in Turkey. Digital tools are moving very fast. Financial technology, fintech investments are really moving fast. PropTech, property and technology. In Turkey, property business is very important. Construction, real estate business is very, very big market that affects a lot of other markets. And now tools that bridge property with technology is moving very fast and received investment during this period.
Yeah, Ismail, thank you. And you, like 30 minutes ago, you mentioned mentors and people around, like GCI provides and this kind of organizations. If you would be a mentor for present and future leaders, what kind of recommendations you provide to them?
Yeah, thank you. Very good question. My experience showed me that you know, asking and mentorship is crucial. It's a good way to learn from others' failures, others' experiences, and this is the cheapest way to learn. If you try it, you have to pay for time and also the cost of the failure. So to share this kind of experiences is very valuable. My experience comes from having served as a JCI president, visiting like 100 countries worldwide during this period, and also leading a board of directors of the organization, and also moving through that leadership experience and journey, and also with the experience that I have with the startups. I have initiated my own company, but also have supported as a consultant prior to that, or as a mentor to initiate new companies. And finally, also now investing with my network, with the Gain Global, for this kind of companies. I may say definitely one thing is you have to think in a long term. Definitely, when you start something, if you want to make a change or impact, so this will not happen immediately. So you have to have the patience. You have to be able to change yourself during this journey. So the first prototype, let's name it, even a product or a business, anything, can be okay to test. So don't lose much time to test it. pivot it, go to the market, test with your clients, receive a feedback, and then immediately you have to make a necessary change, make a kind of a version 2, version 3, from all these learnings. And continuously you adapt your business model for the needs, and be patient to have the success. For me, to become a JCA president took 10 years. And there are really successful role models like Roland Koeman from Cameroon, who accomplished in 8 years, but still it requires 8 years to become a leader of a global organization, step by step. So this means there are some rules, regulations, as well as some experience that you have to gather during the journey. Same is for business enterprises like Facebook or some others as well. They didn't come Facebook within a year or within a day. Sometimes we dream that we will sleep and wake up in the morning and we are a Zuckerberg, let's say. So it will not be the case. It requires a time, and this time requires a good leadership skill set, that you start alone and you move with a team, and then you come to go and grow it together with partners. So this means you have to grow up during this journey as an entrepreneur. So as an individual, you are alone, then you start to manage a team, and then you start to manage partnerships and different stakeholders in this case. The crucial thing for success is yourself. So if you are well equipped, and if you are well prepared, and if you believe to yourself in this journey, definitely you are a part of this success journey of yourself. Usually when I see the pitch of startups, and I observe also investors and mentors, I see they look definitely to you. Are you able to do it? Are you able to manage it? Are you able to move through this journey? And then they answer, would we want to be a partner with you? So the ideas are something that flows. You may have idea today for something and tomorrow something else. It may change. I'm sure you as well had a lot of ideas, Pavel, during this lifetime. Sometimes you may say, oh, I wanted to do it. I had that one in mind. So there, another difference is to take action. So we should have a long-term perspective. We should be prepared as an entrepreneur, but also we should immediately take action. So the action counts. If you have a great idea, it's not valuable. It's zero if you don't have a customer, if you don't have an invoice, or if you didn't sell anything. So therefore, the action counts. Therefore, you have to move forward, and the first step is to bring the idea to a business model, and then to pitch that one and have a kind of a prototype, MVP, minimum viable product, and then have a corporation that you are able to sell a product and make an invoice, send an invoice to a client. So the action counts very much. In my presidential year, I put these recommendations in 3 C. Like 1 C was care, what you are caring about, what you want to accomplish, what is the challenge or the need that you want to care. And then second one is commit. Do you commit yourself to do this? Because it requires time, it requires resources, it requires to focus. You cannot care everything. So you can care something that you focus. And then we say the third C is connect. So it's like commit, connect, care, 3C. You have to connect everything that you have to accomplish that care, the thing that you want. And this requires your commitment. I was explaining this with 3 Cs during the period.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that formula. I like this. I just wrote it down.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Ismail, me personally, and all of us from GCI Moscow and GCI Russia, thank you for your time, for amazing energy and recommendations. We wish you all the best more successes in your businesses, in your social life, to you, to your business partners, and to your wonderful family. And we look forward to welcome you here in Moscow someday.
I hope so. We had really good friendship. We have good friendship with Russia as a country, as well as in JCI side with the JCI Russia, working together during this period. I'm thankful for the support that I received during my candidacy period, as well as later on during my presidential year from JCI Russia. A lot of good friends. Now also had a good support to be a part of this event. Thanks for hosting me, Pavel, for your moderation. I thank to Grep for JCI Moscow for being part. Thanks to you, Dia, for introducing us with that opportunity. So we are here together.
Thank you very much, Ismail.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. And you are welcome to Turkey also. We hope we have a good time and also free traveling opportunity in near future. And you are welcome to come to Istanbul. You will be my guest.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ismail.
Great.
See you.
See you. Please take care.
Ismail, have a great day and let's keep in touch. Thank you. Gleb, thank you. You also.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Дорогие друзья, спасибо, что были с нами.